Any questions there at all? On part B. So far, so good. Okay. So yes. No questions? Okay. So let's try the last example, which is the lengthiest of any one we had so far. Okay. Step one. How many, what's the degree, right? So in this case is 5, so we are going to have 5 zeros. So this is going to be a long process with 5 zeros. All right, next up, we're going to do Descartes' rule of sign. All right, so how many positives? How many negatives? So here we have one sign change. That's another sign change. That's another sign change. That's another one. And ooh, all sign changes there, right? So a total of 5 sign changes. Okay. Or all the even numbers minus 5. So the even numbers are between 0 and 5 are 2 and 4, right? So 5 times 4 is 1, or 5 times 2 is 3. Okay. So again, everybody comfortable where we got this list right here?
Wait, what was the 3?
Oh, so it's going to be 5 minus 4. That gives you that. And then 5 minus 2 gives you the 3.
All right, the even numbers. Got it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Remember, it's subtraction, because I always get a lot of people that's 4 and 2. Remember, you always subtract it from the 5 when it comes to it. Yeah. So just be very careful on that. Okay. Now we have that. Step 3, figure out our list, right? All right. So last number is 36, which is not a good number because that's a lot of factors we have. However, first number is a 1.
I'm sorry, we don't have to figure out the negative zeros?
Oh, yeah, thank you. I'm sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. I already want to stop this because it's going to be a long process. So 5, so it's odd, so that's going to change the sign. 4 is even, so that stays the same. This is odd, so it's going to change the sign. This is even, so it stays the same. This is odd, so change the sign. And this one stays the same. Okay. Let's look at the sign changes. And if you noticed, there are no sign changes at all. They're all negative. So we have 0 negative at all. Well, that's interesting. Okay. All right, so now let's go back and do our factors here. So 1 is just 1, which is great, right? Plus or minus 1. All right, so 36 is a big number. So let's get the easy ones out of the way. 1 and 36. What's another 2 that give you 36? 2 numbers.
And 6.
What was that?
6 times 6.
Yep, 6 times 6. Anything else? Just a couple more.
2 and 18. 2 times 8.
Good. 2 and 18. 12 and 3. Good. 12 and 3. So 12 and 3.
4 and 9.
Yep. 4 and 9. And I think that's all of them. Yep, I think that's all of them. Yeah. Okay. So what is our list compiled of? Basically, that, right? Because all those divided by 1 is just going to give you that back. So that's a lot less, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 18 different choices to choose from. Now, before you guys say I want to kill you right now, remember, why do we care about Descartes' rules of sign? Well, according to his rule,
right?
What was that?
I'm sorry. I was saying we could cut it in half, right? Because there's no negative zeros.
Exactly. We're guaranteed not to have no negative zeros. So therefore, it cuts our search in half, meaning there are no negatives involved. So all we're going to do is just try all of the positives. Because again, according to his rule, we have no negative zeros. So all the negatives just go away. And that's what I mean by, Descartes' rule sign will help you, because when you do your homework, you figure out, holy moly, why would he make us do 18? Well, now it just cuts it in half to 8, which is a lot, but still kind of doable to guess, right, at this point when it comes to it. So look at that. Half is gone just by knowing that fact. Okay. And now again, so looks like you guys are pretty good at guessing. So what number would you guys like to try?
2.
2. All right, let's try 2. So step 4, let's see. So f of 2, right? We're going to figure out x equals 2. Does it work? So let's plug it in right into here. So it'll be 2 to the 5th minus 2 times, or 7 times 2 to the 4th plus 19 2 to the 3rd minus 37 2 squared plus 60 times 2 minus 36. Let's see what we get here. So take a calculator. So 2 to the 5th is 32. 2 to the 4th is 16. So 16 times 7 is 112. 2 to the 3rd is 8 times 19 is 152 minus 4 times 37 is 148 plus that's 120 minus 36. All right, let's see what we get when we add and subtract all this. So 32 minus this. Oh, your luck ran out. It's 8. So not 0. All right, but we cross one off the list, right? So we know 2 doesn't work. Okay? And that's what I mean by you just guess and check and cross stuff off the list. Okay. All right, so what's another number you guys want to try?
1.
1? All right, let's try 1. Let's see, x equals 1 works. So we'll plug it in and see. So it's going to be, I'm sure you guys can figure that right. It's going to be 1 minus 1 plus 19 minus 37 plus 60 minus 36, right? Because, 1 to any power is just going to be 1, so you just do that. So 1 minus 7 plus 19 minus 37 plus 60 minus 36. Ooh, here we go. We have a winner. It works. So x equals 1 works. So the factor will be x minus 1, right, in parentheses. Okay. And since we know it works, now we can use synthetic division to slowly break this one down, right? So we know 1 works. So it's going to be, according to synthetic division, 1 minus 4, 19, 37, 60n, negative 36. All right, bring the first one down, multiply, add straight down. So that gives you negative 6. Multiply, add straight down. That gives you 13. Multiply, add straight down. What does that give you? 24? Yeah, 24. Keep going. Gives you positive 36. And there we go. Perfect. You got a 0. So we started with to the 5th. So it's going to be started with 4, 3, 2, 1 down, right? So we x to the 4th, to the 3rd, squared, 1, and then 0x's, right? So it's going to be this times our first factor. All right. Whew. Now notice we're pretty much back to square one, the last one, right? X to the 4th when it comes to it. So I'll let you guys figure out another number that works. So we know, right, on our list, 1 works, so we're going to cross that off. What's another number that works? So I'll give you guys a couple minutes to try that one out for your extra credit. So what's another number that will work? And again, it's one of your list. Go for it. Good. We have a winner. So 3 works. Let's see. Yeah, actually it does work. I know the answer. So it does work. Good. So therefore, if we use synthetic division, again, right, you can start here. So be 1, negative 6, 13, negative 24, and 36. Bring it down. This is 1, 3, -3, -9. That's 4. That's going to be 12. It's going to be -12, -36, and yep, it works. All right, so now we know. So we have a factor, so we know x minus 1 works, and we also know x minus 3 works. And now this one broken down, again, since we started with 4, this is now going to start with 3. Perfect, right? So we're almost there. Well, we still have a third. So guess what? That means we also have to go back and pick another one. Now, however, I'm not that mean, so I'm going to give you guys a little fun fact. Okay. Well, it's kind of cruel because how the equations are being applied. Now, notice we cross it out, right? So we would cross 3 out here and just pick another number. Well, if you tried all the other numbers, they will actually all fail. And then you would say, well, you said they will all be there, right? We just need one more, a couple more, and we should be done. Well, here's the problem. Sometimes the same number you already did works again. Crazy, huh? So I'll give you a hint. Why don't we try 3 again? So it works twice. Let's see if it does. So if we do synthetic division again to see if it's remaining right. So 1 is going to be 3. That's a 0. That's a 0. That's a 4. And that's a 12. Well, look at that. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. Probably already cussing at it, right? When it comes to, because you'll probably have never thought about that. So this does actually work again. So we have x minus 1, x minus 3 from the first one, and then another x minus 3. And what's left over is, again, we started with thirds. So now this is x squared plus 0x plus 4, or just x squared plus 4. Which means our final answer would be all 3 applied plus what we have here. Or you can write it like this. Either way is fine. But I knew you guys would not get the other one, so I want to help you guys out. Sneaky, 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 huh? Any questions here at all?